Good evening. Welcome to the zoning board of appeals meeting. It's Monday, April 10th. And we'll have a call to order, please. Kirby Kuna,
Jeff Pulte, Paul Legge,
Ross Dimick.
Kevin Bino. We'll be seeing two alternates tonight, Paul Linking and Ross, to replace our missing regular members. And we have first up on the agenda is a public hearing. Gary Rawson, ZBA 23-01. Gary?
Do you want me to go first, read my comments so that you understand? Gary, accurate and everything?
Yep.
Okay. You want me to read the comments?
Go ahead.
first? Yeah. Okay, so there's a lot H, which will show you on the map. And I have a large map here, so requesting 2-lot variance for lot development after 2-lot split. Lot X requesting 1-lot variance for lot development after 2-lot split. So the current regulations require a 1,500 square foot for minimum lot development. Prior to the 1/3/23 amended regulations, September 30th, 2020, amended regulations, Article 34G Lake District required 4,500 square feet for minimum lot development. So when the new amendments came in January, now we require 1,500 square feet.
1,500 or 15,000?
15,000, apologize, sorry. So lot H has 0.39 acres, which is 16,988 square feet. And that will be split for 2 lots. First lot will be split to 5,000 square feet for lot development, requesting a variance of 10,000 square feet. Second lot will be split. The second lot split will be 11,988 square feet for lot development, requesting a variance of 3,012 square feet. Lot X, first lot will be split 5,000 square feet for lot development and requesting a variance for 10,000 square feet. And the second lot on that split will be 18,522 square feet. So he doesn't require a variance for that lot. Please note on lot X, owner requested the 2 sizes because each lot split will have 50 feet of border frontage. So, Gary, you can.
So I had Jay.
Come on up for a sec, Gary.
Yeah.
You raise your hand, please.
Yeah.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
And your name and address for the secretary, please.
Gary Rawson, 59 Oak Drive, Woodstock Valley. Fast piece now. I had Jamie do a complete map of the parcel we own, bordering Aquatic Town Farm Road and Baker Road. Logie Road, which is a private road, and Logie Point Road, which goes through. It consists of roughly 35 lease lots, most of which are 4,000 to 5,000 square feet. The 2 lots in question used to be campsites. Well, one of them still is campsites. So I'd like to remove the trailers and put up single-family houses on these 2 lots. As you can see, they're all lease lots, so they cannot be sold. They're basically, I'm just drawing a line so that the single-family home, when I write the lease, I have lot lines to write up the lease. The land won't be sold, the houses will be sold, and then there'll be a lease along with the same as the other 99-year leases that all the other properties own. Basically, lot X is way down here. Kind of an odd shaped lot, so I did 1 5,000 square foot to match the rest, and then the other piece there. And it gives both houses 50 feet of water frontage, which is in accordance with the rest of the lots on the property. And then lot H is over on the corner here, and I had to split it out because there's a storage building here. And if I wrote the lease for the whole lot H, it would give the leaseholder the right to the storage building and the boat launch. So I wanted to keep that separate for the residents to use.
So that's why this
Yeah.
would be going with this lot X. It's just for that. I don't understand. Say that again.
Right
You
here.
got this lot H all the way.
So lot H is way back here.
Yeah,
You want to put the village map?
it's on the corner of
Yeah.
Lody Point Road.
Right, so it's basically drawing, I guess you would say, imaginary lease lines. They're not actually property lines, the property is one whole 80-acre piece. These are just lease lines so that the homeowner, when they lease that land, knows, I guess, where to stop mowing the grass, or, you know, where their lease ends.
What is grass?
Yeah, the company, the Quag Lake Camping Area Incorporated, still own the whole parcel. We're just gonna sell the house and then lease the land. So it's not really a split. I'm in the middle of doing two others, and the health department sees this as one big piece of property. That's why I had to do the survey. They made me survey every house, every septic, and every well to make sure I met all the setbacks, which I do. My understanding from the zoning board was they changed the rule from 5,000 to 15,000 last year. Was because you couldn't fit a well and a septic on each lot. Well, because we own both sides of the road, I can put the septics or the wells across the road and still meet all the NDDA's setbacks, which I've done so far.
But you still have to, you're not going to record those split lots, is that what you're saying?
No, the town records each individual lot,
Okay,
the town records, but they're still lease lots.
okay,
They're not
all
being
right,
sold. Yeah,
okay.
You're saying the septic systems are not on those lots?
one or the other. Some of the septics are on the lots, some of them aren't, and then there's a shared well that's serves like 3 or 4 houses.
What's on the plan?
These in particular, the septics will be on the property, the wells will probably be across the road to meet the 75-foot radius.
That's all good with the health department? The
Yep.
Lot, all that being across the street? I
Yeah,
know this is
because
just a big giant open
They
area.
see it as one piece of property.
Yeah,
Right.
The town has individual taxes for each lot, but the health department sees it as one 80-acre piece, because they're lease, they don't recognize lease lines. They only recognize property lines. So as long as I meet the 75 feet from every well,
Mhm.
you know, and according to all their setbacks, 10 foot on the.
The last piece of property you did down close to the end there.
Yep.
That, the house was built, that was a small lot, the house was built on, the septic was on that property, but the well was across the street,
The
I
septic,
believe, or something
the
like that.
septic tank was on the property,
Yeah,
and the leach field was across the
Across
street.
there, okay,
and
yeah,
the
oh,
well
it's
was
across the street.
75 foot there.
that was what, 3 years ago, 4 years ago,
2 years ago.
Yeah.
When you divide these lots up and you put the septics across. They don't, I'm just. So you have an easement or something, I guess, right?
Yep,
But they're not part of the lot.
they're not,
They have an easement onto the other piece of property, but they're not really considered part of the lot.
right, because the health department doesn't recognize lease lots.
Right. They're seeing it as a whole, like it's.
They're painted as, that's just one piece of
I'm
property.
just saying, if you incorporate the area across where that septic is, you have more square footage,
But then I.
Oh.
right?
Correct, then I'm giving easement, then I'm giving up the road to the
Yeah.
leaseholder.
Right.
And then I'm gonna make a really ugly situation, I think.
Mhm.
If I start leasing out pieces of the road and you own 50 feet of the road and
Right. Somebody gets mad at
Somebody
somebody
gets
wants to
a-
cut
you know.
across my road.
That could never happen.
Who's responsible for the maintenance of the septic in the wells? That's your problem?
no, that would be the homeowner.
Even though the well or
Even
the
though-
septic is across the street?
Yeah, they
Even
have
if
an
they're-
easement to,
To go,
in the easement is to repair,
oh, I see.
take care of the well, the shared well, they're all responsible. It's all in the,
It's all part of the
it's
lease.
all part of the lease, yeah.
It's like having a water company.
Yeah, and we maintain the road, plow, and we chip seal it every 10 years. That's all, it's all written in the lease, but it's all there.
So basically, and again, my question would be too is, it's not, a lot of these lots, they were approved years ago.
Right.
They were existing, the existing non-conforming lots.
Yeah, the
To
two,
be used like they were, yeah.
yeah, that one you were just talking about was.
Hmm.
Yeah, but because he's splitting it, so he has to conform. Because he's making new lot lines, what was non-conforming was the current lot lines. But now he's splitting it. So he's creating new lot, he's creating new lots.
Right.
4 new lots.
Yeah. Now, would they, by putting a small house on it, it's still gonna be within the. As far as the setbacks are concerned, 10 feet on each side, 50 feet to the frontage.
It's not 50, I think it's. Read it.
Well, it's 10 feet to the front, 10 to the side. That's all it's required.
I think it's 10, 10, and 10.
Yeah, 10, 10, 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Against my better judgment when we were going through it. but
Yeah.
I'm on his staff.
Not that it's his problem or yours, but when they established slot sizes, why would they put a 10, 10, 10 setback? Then require 15,000 square feet? Is that only because to accommodate the septic and the water? Why would you have to
You're
go
gonna
back, you have to go back
if you
300
really wanna
feet?
know those answers, you're probably gonna have to go and talk to the planning and zoning
I
committee.
mean, what was the intent of making the
So
lot size
that
15,000
doesn't make
square?
sense,
If you only needed 10, 10, and 10, and right up a 24 hour.
And had I known that they had the ability to change these rules. 2 years ago, they.
Well, you
made
could have done it
They
then,
made the
I get it.
5,000 square foot rule, and then all of a sudden in September, they decided they didn't like their rule and they changed it.
Yeah.
It was- it's
I get it.
January.
January.
Yeah.
And then like Kirby says, this kind of conflicts with what they had put up over here for
Right.
15,000 square feet. It
Right.
doesn't make any sense.
I mean, if you can show me how many 15,000 square foot lots are on the lake now and how many are actually available in the lake.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, at that 15,000 square feet, right?
I mean, and I have to meet to NDDH, which.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that-
right.
You get their approval, that's
Right.
the biggest thing.
Yeah.
their approval.
Yeah, under the 4,500, I do remember when we went over it for the 4,500. As long as, right in there, as long as NDDH approves for septic and well, you can do the 4,500. Then some information came down from one of the other departments here and, they, had public hearings on it and they discussed it, in depth. But they changed it to 15,000 square feet.
Hmm.
And then, and you're right, because I was quoting somebody today. And I looked at the regulations of the setbacks, I went, oh, well, that's funny, they changed it 15,000 square feet, but the setbacks are 10 feet.
Yeah,
Right.
That doesn't make any sense to me, so. Yeah, but again,
Well, I don't believe there's any lot like he said, there's no lot sitting on Quadic that meets that.
Right.
For years and years and years, I know that,
Most all the lakes.
yeah.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is, you know.
I think some of them wanted 10,000 square feet, but, they held out for the 15,000, so.
Hmm.
15,001, I guess I should say.
But would you consider that? Even though he's combining three together and then he's just gonna divide it, that's the imaginary line that still counts?
And
Because it's not gonna be an exact line, it's only gonna be like an imaginary, okay, this is what you have and that's what you get, this is where the line goes. There's nothing that's gonna be exact on there.
Well, no, you know where the exact line is gonna go.
Yeah.
But it'll still be just a lease line, it won't.
Yeah, so basically that's what he's calling it. So it's-
Well, the way it was said to me, it was a 2-lot split, so, you're making 4 new lots. That's the way. it
Yeah,
was
well, I
explained to me.
understand that, yeah,
And so then I go
Not-
on what was
I'm
explained.
not
to
going
me.
against you.
Yeah, no,
You know.
no, this is the first I've heard of, it's just gonna be a lease line. I don't know what that means. I consider those are now 4
Yeah.
lots.
Because.
But they're not
only that-
legally building lots, correct?
Right.
Are they? They're not really
One would
building.
be illegal building.
Well, you wouldn't be able
One
to
on the
put 2
X.
houses on one
Yeah.
of the large lots, that's why they want the split.
The X will be, is according to the zoning regulations, yes. That's why even though he's making 4 lots, he's only asking for a variance for 3.
Yeah.
And that variance is 500 square feet more than what the rules have changed in 2020, so.
Any other questions for Gary? Okay, thanks, Gary. Anybody here for or against this variance? Now's your time to speak. I need a motion to close the public hearing.
What about online? Anybody?
Check on Zoom.
Yeah, check on Zoom.
Oh.
If anybody on Zoom wants to speak.
Okay, is there anybody on Zoom that would like to speak?
Make a motion to close the public hearing.
I second that.
Kirby made the motion. Ross seconded it. Okay, conversation.
I'm not all about changing the rules we just made, but he puts him in a pretty hard spot compared to what would have happened only 2 months ago, so.
Right.
It's kind of odd to me to cut down what he's just trying to develop his lots a little bit better.
Well, and every other lot in that whole area is roughly, the lower end of it.
Yeah.
Right,
I
You
know,
know,
yeah.
it matches what's already there.
right.
I don't want you to get the impression, I knew that those lots were lease lots, but I thought the split was going through a legal, split process, so, but I knew they were lease lots, yes. I didn't want Gary to get the wrong impression of it.
Mr. Chair, as ex officio member, if I could speak.
Absolutely.
My feeling is just NDH has approved the 2 most important factors, the well and the septic. And considering the condition of the abutting properties, it just really makes sense, and I would advocate for the board to approve the variance.
And there's only.
I don't
one-
speak very often, but this makes sense.
There's only one abutter, which is his brother. So there was nobody else to send letters to.
I'll make a motion. We accept the variance as described.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Okay, we'll vote on it. A yes, yes for the variance. No is no. Kirby,
Oh, yes,
state your name, please. Kirby.
yes, Kirby Cuno.
Jeff Bolte, yes.
Paul Linky, yes.
Ross Dimick, yes.
Kevin Bino, yes. I'll say Gary.
Thank you.
You will get the variance from them.
Thank you. And then you're gonna pay the $10,000 for us to use it, okay?
You're all set. You don't need to stay any longer if you don't need to, if you don't want to.
Correspondence in your package from zoning board of appeals in Webster.
Yeah, we gotta approve the minutes, right?
Oh, yeah, I skipped right over that. Approval of our last ZBA minutes, the motion to accept it.
I'll make a motion to accept.
I'll second it.
Okay, correspondence, in your package are the zoning from Webster, your appeals decisions. The memo we have from, GEO. The minutes of the Planning and Zoning Commission and the ZBA budget. Any comments on any of those items? Okay. Applications, ZBA 23-02, John Howe. Requesting a variance to build a garage. And requesting a public hearing. In a motion to accept the application.
I make a motion to accept the application.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
So carried. Applicant Scott Santer. ZBA 23-003. Requesting to build, create 2 lots. And he's requesting a public hearing, need a motion to accept the public hearing.
I'll make a motion, we say, accept the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Applications received after the agenda posted. I assume there's,
I do have, one.
you do have one.
yeah, and I thought I made copies of it, but. So, do you want copies? I know when to make them, but I can read it off to you.
Just read it off.
Okay, it's David Boyd, 511 Frankie Hill Road. He actually lives in Westbury, New York. What he is doing, he's applying for a variance according to Article 2, Section 10-4 to renovate existing home, build a garage attached to structure, the residential home. The house was built in 1967 before zoning and the setback. Zoning requiring the setback and storage space is needed. That's what he's looking for.
What was it? What was the application number?
Application 23-04.
Oh, yeah, okay. Make a motion, we accept the application 23-04.
I'll second that.
All in favor? So carried. Old business, Bates Auto.
So there is development, you've got, I handed you, I happened to be talking to the tax collector and we started talking about Bates, auto, and he said I have a copy of the probate court update, status update, so I thought that was pretty interesting, and they haven't been to court, they were supposed to go. And he called, he sat there waiting, and then someone came out and said to him, oh, we didn't notify you that the court was not, was canceled to another date, so they are going into probate to get that property over to Basco, so that's the first thing. And then, I signed off, I believe I gave, yeah, it's right here, I gave it to you in your application, I signed off on the Department of Motor Vehicles. And because I did get their permit for, how did I word it, in the memo?
Contingent.
Yeah, well, no. Here's my memo.
Yeah, what's for the stormwater?
Water diversion permit was obtained by DEP. And so.
A what?
A water diversion permit. So. I didn't look it up, but I gotta figure it's testing of everything, because he doesn't need to go to wetlands for anything,
Well,
so,
that still falls under stormwater management, I think.
yeah,
That's what it goes under.
okay, all right. And I didn't take additional pictures because I drove by there the other day and it looks, that side looks the same. Even though the other side had a big pile of sand, because actually there wasn't a septic or a well. Well, maybe a well, but there wasn't a septic in that house.
What a
one of those
surprise.
houses.
Shocking.
I'm shocked.
Okay, yes, your neighbors in the community.
That was the 55-gallon drum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
The whole
So-
section of that road is.
And there have been comments, the public has made to Rainey up in the tax office, that it's looking really good. They're really pleased with it.
Good.
What they're doing on that side, so. Any other questions? And again. I talked to a neighbor, I had to go to their house for a building permit, excuse me, a home occupation permit. And she asked me all about it, and, I told her they cannot put that sign up until they comply with all the conditions of our certificate of occupation. And so she felt good about that, she was just really concerned about the condition, and I told her the story beginning to end, so.
Now, did they ever, the people he like based those, couldn't want, did they say anything about the audit, the conditions of audit that they got from DEP, what they were supposed to do in 2021, because that's not done yet.
All right, so that I didn't quite understand the diversion permit, but that's the way it was worded.
Yeah, that's part of the process.
So I just have to do some research on that
Yeah.
and find out what else they're requiring out of them from DEP.
Yeah, because what they have to have that thing from DEP that there's an order, the order of consent has been done. And that would have to be done by a environmental engineer.
Okay,
And when that's done, then they can apply, they can fill that all the information out to the motor vehicles department. And then once that clears through, then the motor vehicles department will send it back to DEP and they'll make an assessment. Then it goes back to motor vehicle for another assessment. There's like 4 of them before they can get their application. They're not just gonna take and say, here's your thing to go.
oh, yeah,
It's not gonna happen.
I figured there's going to be a lot.
Yeah, and the other thing I still don't understand is. If there's an order of conditions and if it's not cleared up, it still reverts back to Bates Auto Parts, even if they have no money. So whoever's in charge of it has to come walk the door over. And it doesn't go back to Carlos Bastos, even for true to transfer, he's not responsible for it.
I disagree with that, because if he is actually gonna be the owner of that property, that's what he's looking at.
That's not what it says in the order of conditions, though. It reverts back to the person that's the owner of the property.
But he's no longer here.
Well, then it goes to whoever the fiduciary or whoever's in charge of the probate. That goes to
Not
me.
a Thompson.
And what I don't understand is, when we first started talking about all this, Carlos sat right there and he said that he was owed $80,000 from Bates Auto Parts. And then it was about 9 months later, Putnam says, well, I'm waiting for him to pay me $100,000. I was, wait a minute, what changed as far as that was for? He
No, I
made
thought he
that
said he
statement.
was waiting for the courts to tell him.
No, he was waiting for Carlos to pay him $100,000 so they could move on. That's why it dragged out.
I didn't understand, I never understood that from that conversation.
I didn't, but okay.
I mean, I didn't either, and I'm still puzzled by it all.
Yeah, I didn't hear that, to be
But
quite
you,
honest.
you didn't hear that?
No.
Yeah, did you, Ken?
I remember the part about owing money. I don't know about the part about being paid, but I don't.
I know that because he was sitting right there and
Oh,
he,
we can listen to the
and
tape.
he said that. I
Yeah,
remember
when it
him
gets
saying,
worse, when the.
but
when it gets
immaterial to the
worse-
fact, it doesn't matter. I mean, the order, this is still standing with the state of Connecticut right there.
Why would they take ownership of it? It's contaminated.
I
Would
mean,
you?
it's kind of puzzling as far as I'm concerned. I know they're doing a good job cleaning it up, but I'd like to see them doing something over there. But it's like there's like a dance in the middle there somewhere. Nobody wants to take the lead as to what's got to be done here.
Would you like him to come to you? You're gonna have meetings for the next month, so would you like him?
Yeah, I'd like somebody to come and explain
Okay,
something.
okay, so
I think
I'm
the rest of the people would,
Okay.
this is 3 years in the making
Yeah,
already,
oh no, I think that's legitimate, you're just getting it secondhand from me.
you know? I think at first they were under the impression they were asking us for permit to go work over there and that was it. It don't work that way.
No, that permit was for certificate of occupancy.
Well, certificate of location, that's
Oh,
all.
excuse me.
For yes, I know what you were saying.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
you were correct.
And, but because of all the conditions, they couldn't open up, the
No.
next day.
No.
So, and all those conditions have to do with the state too.
Yeah, there's like 10 forms that they gotta fill out before it all gets approved.
Okay, so, I will call him, I'll send him a letter and tell him that, he's requested to come to the
Yeah,
meeting.
I
To
think
update,
a verbal
in person.
update would be nice.
Yeah, yeah.
I think everybody else would like it too.
yeah,
We
yeah,
have a better understanding.
yeah, okay. No, that's fine, that works.
Making the job awful hard on this, I'm sorry.
It doesn't make any difference, that's, it just keeps piling and I just keep trying to go through it.
Difficult, it's not easy. You don't have an easy job.
New business, TBD?
Can we go back to old business,
Sure.
the classes we are supposed to be taking and all that, what's going on with all that?
Have you,
You had sent something, but it made little sense to me, but okay, and then I went on their websites and there wasn't an actual lesson there to show me, so I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
okay, so I know, and I'm probably have been lax on that, there was a series of three 1 hour programs from Yukon Clear, it's called. And one of them probably really didn't apply to you because it was the affordable housing,
Yeah.
830G. And I thought of this week, I said, I've got to pull information together for you guys to, and Leslie to go to, so it's on my list. Did anybody go onto that Clear?
I tried to get on there, but it didn't, the whole thing made no sense. Did you try to go online and figure that out? Yeah.
Okay, all right,
No, didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
okay. so
I
what I'll
saw
do
some
is-
bunch of crap I read,
is I'll
Yep.
physically
about all the
contact
program,
you.
but I never got to a lesson where you could go
Okay.
watch it.
All right, I will contact.
Yeah, but you don't have to watch it. Just click on it, let it run, and then at the end. You
Well, I
just
get
sign
that,
your
Paul, but I
autograph.
would watch it.
Say
That's
that
my whole point, you know.
You can have the dog watch it.
I don't mind watching it, but I like
Yeah.
not accessible.
No, I mean, it's very informational.
Yeah, one of them was a public hearing, which I think is important
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
both boards to know,
Yeah,
to be updated on, but, yes, I've been lax with that, so, training for
Yeah.
CBA.
We've
Okay.
done it.
that's all I had.
It's not like it's gonna be done tomorrow.
Now, I did my training, I did that, all-day course with, attorneys that they do every 2 years. Cause I have to be trained too, I have to do 4 hours a year. Just in my job,
Well, yeah,
Right.
you need to, because all the way everything changes.
yeah.
Right.
Right. So,
So what is TBD?
To be determined.
oh, to be determined, yeah.
Oh, okay. Any new business? Any comments?
And we put that in the agenda, didn't we?
No.
Oh, did we decide we were?
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
gonna
we
do
did.
that.
Yeah.
We were gonna talk about stuff in the town and what
Yeah.
we like and what we don't like.
How did that fall by the wayside? Does anybody know?
Happens.
Were you gonna, I think you were gonna vote on it
To add it?
to add
Did
it.
we not vote on that?
We did.
I thought we did
No,
that.
we did that.
So it'll get next meeting. Yeah.
Just a line item.
Does anybody want anything? I don't know.
You could make a motion to add it to transit.
It was a motion to add citizens' comments.
Or
Or
member.
or
Member
member
comment.
comment at the end of the meeting. That's
Okay.
what we were talking about.
Oh,
Like
member-
over here. After new business, there would have been just member
Members'
comment.
Yeah, that used to be on there. They used to also be citizens' comments.
That's right.
Really?
Yep.
On the ZBA?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yep. Yep.
Which, I wouldn't be opposed to. I mean, sometimes
Right.
people,
Right?
Yeah, I know.
people have something to say.
We didn't vote to remove that, so it should still be there.
Okay. So I'm going to look. I'll do some reading on that too.
We're definitely adding it as number 11.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Can I get a copy from either, you have the
Motion
20
carries.
23 update on the new zoning rule?
Yeah, new regs.
We're gonna get one last meeting, but I never got a copy. The new zoning rule?